Hello and welcome to our newborn photography safety series brought to you by Standinbaby. My name is Sandra Moffatt, and in an effort to make sure that we bring you all the information and facts relating to newborn safety, joining me throughout this series is well-respected neonatal nurse Anne-Marie Feary, who will be advising us on the essentials to safely working with newborns in a studio environment. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about safety issues with newborn photography. But before we start, I'd like to say that if you are unsure about anything you hear during this series, please seek advice from a medical practitioner near you and get the answers that you need. If you have been given information from other sources, make sure it's a reliable source because the health and well-being of our clients should always be put first. A lot of the poses we do with multiples are a slight variation on single poses we've already demonstrated in earlier tutorials. What we will be doing today is using our Standinbabies to demonstrate several common poses so Anne-Marie can talk us through everything we need to know to achieve them safely. Let's take a look. I'd love to discuss with you about working with multiples. Now, I don't want to go through the posing of it because I feel like with multiples, the poses are pretty much the same. You just there's two of them. What I've done is I've set up some setups with multiples, and I'd love to get your feedback on what you think about this sort of posing.
So the first thing, Sandra, that you think about with multiples is the body heat. You know, there's two little bodies in there, and they can, you know, they warm each other up. So you need to be very mindful of them overheating.
I guess, and the fact that I've now added extra blankets on top of that too, right?
The other thing with this pose at the moment is that one of the twins' arm is coming underneath. So it's not underneath the head, but again, just be mindful of the circulation. Make sure that the little hand doesn't go red or blue or pale. And if it does, then you need to change position.
Right. And I guess it is good that it's coming under the neck, but I guess be mindful that if it had slipped or if it was more under the head, that's even heavier. So to be really careful.
Yeah, but we've got plenty of padding, and the baby's airways are well supported. So yeah, great pose.
Awesome. All right, let's have a look at the next one.
Okay.
So what I've done here is I've set up our siblings in a pose it's relatively common for photographers to do. What is your thoughts on this particular pose?
This disturbs me a little bit, Sandra. I think this baby under the bottom would be really finding it quite difficult to breathe, especially because, you know, the sibling's head is resting on their chest, and you would definitely need a parent or a spotter to hold the baby's head, and then the minute, you know, you were ready to take the photograph, whether you could Photoshop the hand away or, you know, just release very quickly, but literally just momentarily, and then get the pressure, get that weight back off the chest.
Yeah, so you're probably not even recommending this pose really at all.
I can't see that it would be safe for the bottom baby. The other thing that you could do is put this bottom baby lying on his belly, because the chest wall tends to move up instead of out and up. By having the baby on his belly, the beanbag would actually splint the chest, and they would be able to breathe a little bit easier. So you would rest this baby's head on the baby's back.
That might be a better solution.
Yeah.
The only way you'd probably be recommending this pose would be if there was a support person or a way to pretend it's more sitting there, or just get rid of it entirely. Come up with a different idea.
Yeah. And then, you know, this top baby, you know, this bottom baby is fine in terms of circulation, but, you know, the top baby, we would have to watch, you know, circulation of the, you know, the feet and, you know, the hand, because, you know, they are resting on it.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, let's take a look at one more.
Okay.
This is actually one that I do use a lot in my studio. What's your advice on this pose?
This is a lovely pose. I think we would have to watch that the babies didn't get overheated again, because, you know, they're going to get the heat off each other. Yeah. We would just have to watch the circulation on the twin, this little arm and hand here, because there's a lot of pressure, you know, on this one here. This baby is resting on it here.
Yes.
But other than that, I think it's a really safe pose. And again, just watch the chin and make sure that the arms are underneath the hands are underneath the chin and don't come too far back and occlude the airway.
For the pressure on the throat, absolutely. Yeah. Excellent. Well, you know what, I think we've covered most things, and things to watch out for are clearly the same as when there's only one, just double as much when there's multiples. Watch for circulation, watch for airways, watch for heat exhaustion.
Babies getting cold.
Babies getting cold, okay. So
infection risks.
Yes. Excellent. So as long as we're covering all those basics, which is really been a theme throughout the tutorials, that as long as we watch for those things and common sense, that we should be safe and should be okay.
And have fun.
Absolutely, of course. Thank you so much for all of your help throughout our tutorial series.
It's been my pleasure.
If anybody has any questions or any things that they would like us to address in future videos, make sure that you get in contact with us. You can email us, you can contact us on Facebook, and send through your questions, because we are more than happy to answer them, and I'm sure you're more than happy to come back and make sure the industry stays safe.
Yes.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you soon.